going on, people? Drama 22 coming back. Hopefully there's no echo here. I think I got this fixed. Hold on one second. Yeah, everything should be fine. Hopefully there's no echo. We're going to start with the good old Jessie Minter update. If you guys haven't seen the update on my Patreon, I gave it out over, I think on Friday. Just the updated sheet of the 3-4 defense. You can see everything here. Let me turn the music down a bit. Some of the things I made changes to were, let's take a look over here real quick, kind of zoom in. I'll kind of go over this in more detail, but I had 3 cloud in there. I think that was something I actually didn't want to have in there. Actually, I had cover 9. There is no cover 9 in 3-3 mint, so I put 3 cloud in there. I kind of went through the third down, short yardage, medium stuff, short yardage, medium, and long yardage third downs, kind of updated the game plan. And then one thing also, when you watch this game coming up, you're going to see I actually used the 3-4 playbook, the base 3-4 playbook. I didn't use the 3-2-6, so it actually worked out fine because all these calls are in there. And there is something I like, because I wanted to come up with a plan for a 3-4 odd defense. The 3-4 base playbook has 3-4 under, 3-4 over, and bear, which is actually pretty good to have. So I might actually run this defense out of strictly just the 3-4 playbook from now on. But if you want to use the 3-2-6, you can. If you like some of the 3-high stuff, you can use that. But we can, right now, all the calls you see here are going to be fine out of the 3-4 playbook, all right? All right, I'll be back in about 5 minutes to kind of just go through this game. Probably take about half an hour to go through all the plays. Not all the plays, but the plays that I selected. And then if you guys got any questions, let me know. All right, I'll be right back. All right, what's going on, guys? You guys can chat if you want. I'm around. I'll check it every couple minutes. Just again, this game plan here is just an overview of what I usually do on my Patreon when I have a new game plan. The guys that get the physical game call sheet, you can look at it, you can copy it, you can download it, whatever. And then from here, we start, building on it, making changes. This is kind of like a work in progress, obviously, because I'm doing it live with you, so you're kind of seeing how the process works, right? In this defense is base 3-4. You're going to have some good players. I'll be honest with you. You're going to have some edge rushers that are part of your defense. If you need to go recruit those guys, that's the number one thing. But this is really a pro style system that we're doing here. So it's going to be your basic 3-4 fronts, but a lot of times we're going to be in nickel. So that's why the nickel package can work from either the 3-4 playbook or the 3-2-6 playbook. Some things that when we watch the game film, I'm going to show you examples of things that I could have done better, things that I liked that I did that I'm going to try to build off of. And then you're going to see me come back to this play call sheet and maybe make changes, right? Or add things. So for example, one of the major things that I added that maybe I didn't talk about a lot was having a 3-4 odd package. Because I played somebody in my first game of the year and they were a pro style team. So you can live in nickel defenses versus pro style teams. When I say pro style teams, I'm talking about teams that come out in 21, 12 personnel and come out in a variety of formations. You can probably be in nickel if there's some sort of slot formation. Okay, two receivers are together. But versus formations where it's not a slot, it's, both the receivers are opposite, you probably want to get into some more base package. And then also what I call base package. Again, this is a package where you have 4 DBs, 4 linebackers, 3 D-line. And then also you're going to see in this game, when this guy got towards the end of the game, he ran the ball a lot out of spread looks. Sometimes it's good to get into a base package versus that because now you have more guys in the box and he has to throw the ball. He should throw the ball, okay? So what I did here, I kind of went back to some old terminology from the Rex Ryan era. I know a lot of people in part of the Ravens system uses this terminology. It's called rock laser tray, okay? And all that is setting the front to the right or the left. All right. And usually they do it out of an under front. And I'm actually going to write in there under and odd. Okay. And I'll show it to you maybe on the field. But if you use the under front, it's probably just easy to do that. I can't spell under for some reason. Sorry. All right. So basically what we're looking at is setting that shade. Okay. Or setting the bubble. Okay. That's how we would say it. To the side that I'm directing. Really, it's what ends up happening is that when the ball's on one hash, or the other, okay, you're going to end up saying you want the direction to be to the field. Okay, so as we look at it on the screen, because we're looking at it backwards from a defensive point of view, I'll just say to the field, like field to the left. Or I won't say it. I'm sorry, right of screen, left of screen. Basically, we're trying to get ourselves into. We'll talk about it on the field. It's easier to explain instead of me kind of just talking in space right now. But we're going to turn off auto flip, okay? And we're going to make sure that we put the right players we want to wherever we want to put them to, okay? But we're playing Trey, which is cover 3. It's just a different way of saying the same thing. It's just built because it's a field front, a boundary front. We just say a different word, just so that players can understand what we're trying to get done and how it gets aligned, okay? In real life, we would do that just to make it seems like you're doing more, but you're actually making it easier for the players. Because there are different rules. If I say cover 3 match, usually it means rotation's always going to be to the passing strength. So if I say tray, rotation's going to be to wherever the directional call tells you. So anyway, so basically we're going to play some odd 3 or some under 3, okay? And we're going to play, I'm going to put under for now because I like the way under is. Odd will be the same thing. You just have to move your guys around a little bit. And then we're going to play some 6 as well. And you're going to see me kind of do a little bit in this game here, so we'll talk about it. And then strong safety 2 trap is just a good pressure versus slot formations. It's actually good versus all formations. I'm not even going to lie. So I'm just going to run it. This is just the basic strong safety comes down when playing 2 invert behind them. So quickly, let me just make this smaller. All right. So it's easier. Like I always think, guys, if I'm always talking about something new, it's good to just give you a little overview, but we don't want to spend too much time in this freaking Excel sheet. We want to look at it on the field, get some examples to go from there, right? So about 30 seconds, I'm going to click over to the other part of what we're doing. Let's see what we have over here. Okay. And then we will get rolling here soon, all right? If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, turn the music down a little bit. Let's get rolling. Okay, so this one I thought was interesting. So the guy came out in a spread formation set here in this game. So I have answers for this. Something I was kind of looking into. We're going to talk about it. Depending on which playbook you're in, I'm pretty sure the dime. I think this is dime normal, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go look. It could have been rush actually. Yeah, this is dime rush, which I think is in both of those playbooks. You're going to see here. This is something a tactic I used to use a lot. It's called free safety middle blitz 3. All right, and we're going to walk that free safety down. And then we're going to check into a different defense. And I'm pretty sure that when you do this all the time, the safety won't go back into whatever his initial shell. So I end up going into cover 3 cloud here. And this is probably a little bit funky. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do this a whole lot. But I wrote down in my notes here that, this could be something that you can get into different coverages from a single high look and be sound, okay? So from this side, you can play cover. You can really probably play cover 6 would be good. So this is the passing strength to the left over here. This is away from passing strength. You could probably play cover 6 with this guy would rotate over and this guy, let me get my pen here. This safety here would rotate to this side. He would be a flat defender, right? He would play quarters from this position here, okay? And he would be the fine there. He may not like that, but it's just a different way to get into it. It can also, versus a team like this, get them to get out of the run, right? Because you have these guys in the box. You have 6 guys in the box, really, looking like it would be like any type of cover 3. He may feel like he doesn't have enough people to block, okay, if he's not running with the quarterback. So just the idea to think about you can use in your system. And I think that's just something that and then sometimes you might want to bring this guy, right? You actually might want to bring that initial blitz and show that look. Got good pressure here. Didn't think that, I think the coverage kind of got him a little confused. This is 3 cloud. Kind of worked out well for me here. So just want to, in this game as well, this guy is, I play against this. He's one of the guys that comes in here and watches these films. You probably know him. And so I knew he would know I'd be playing a lot of match early. So I decided to actually play some zone. If somebody knows your scheme, you can't just sit there and be in the exact same thing. And I think that's something that's happening in all schemes now. Not everybody's playing zone all day. I mean, not playing match all day. You got to mix it up. All right. All right, let's see this one here. Let's see what this one was. Oh, okay. I think I put this down for myself. Oh, I put this down. I actually asked him the question, like, is this guy open? So this is just regular. We're showing a 4 high shell, I'm pretty sure. Or I'm not sure how I got to this. Let me go back and look. This could be a 2 high shell, actually. I think this is a cover 2 shell. I don't know if I actually did this on purpose. So one thing in the defense, this kind of comes from the Fangio system, is versus... This is a passing situation, 2nd and 19, okay? I like to show the 2 high shell there. I changed it real quick. I'm trying to change it at the bottom. You can see that in there. So I showed cover 2. All right, calling cover 3. So when you guys watch Fangio, if you guys probably watch the preseason games with the Eagles already, he would have a weak rotation cover 3, which I think he calls cover 9. All right, and it's basically just playing cover 3. Weak side safety comes down. Right. And just out of that look, I've noticed a lot of people who love to throw the ball to the running back, like to throw the ball weak. You're going to get a lot of plays there. Okay. Now, that guy wasn't open, in my opinion. I kind of asked the guy, was he open? Or was that just basically implying, was that just a bad read? All right. Let's look at this next one here. Let me see my notes. All right. Cover 66 drop. If there's any questions, let me know. I'm looking at the chat. I'll go back if I need to. So I'm just using kind of a Nick Saban, I guess, idea, at least I think. Is that anytime he has an 8-man drop, he uses a double digit, like 66 or 33. Not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure. All right, so this is an 8-man drop. What happened here? Oh, okay, that's what it was. All right, so another example of, what did I actually, yeah, I called cover 6, okay? So this I thought was the $326, and I forgot that I was using a different book. But they have a 3-2 dime, and the dime package, the 3-2 dime 3-2 odd, is the same idea where you have 3 down linemen. Okay, it's not the $326, which is like basically old school dollar Madden football where you can squeeze your D line. This one you can't shift your D line, you can't pinch them inside or shift them inside. But from a coverage standpoint, we're playing cover 6. I don't think I did any disguise here, and I can't stand this right here. I know most people, I thought he would know that when we get that press look with the corner to the strong side, everybody knows it's cover 6. So what I did here, I actually called sticks adjustment. I think you could probably see it. If I get it out, I think I make a sticks adjustment right there, okay? Which basically puts us into a zone drop, which a lot of coaches do. They play cover 6 as a zone drop defense and also as a match style defense. Again, going to the Fangio system, he has a call called stuff and he has a call called pack. Stuff, if I'm not mistaken, is his zone drop 6, and pack is more of his zone match drop 6. When I was with Wade Phillips, he had his cover 6 was based out of zone drops underneath with the nickel and with the Mike linebacker playing like a 3-2 match, like a zone match instead of a man match, which allowed him to take away a lot of short routes that people try to attack you with in this little intermediate area in cover 6. But the good thing I want to show you guys, just from a video game standpoint, is, you know, sometimes you play this, and because I'm in a zone drop defense, everybody's spot dropping, and this guy's just bailing from a press. And so he already predetermined in his mind that I got press, I'm going to take the shot against this cover 6. It ends up working out for me that he threw it against a bail corner who didn't press, and we got an interception. So I feel like that was a good chess match win for the good guys in that situation. I think you guys wanted to just take a look at that. So when you play all your match coverages and people know you're a match guy, again, mixing in some spot drop coverage helps, and it keeps them guessing. All right. All right. No comments so far. Let's keep it moving. All right. If you guys have any, I think everything's muted here, so we should be good. All right. Tampa sim pressure. I'm not a huge, I haven't used this yet, but I feel like this is one of the better pressures in the game. Again, you can see this versus a spread team. Good thing about the Tampa sim pressure, as we look at it again, let me go back to the original sheet here. If you look at this, right? So these are the 3 calls that I kind of have based off of the personality of Jessie Minter, from what I understand. Again, it's going to be great to actually watch some of his games. NFL is going to be a little different than what he did in college, so I can't really base off of it. So I probably need to go back and still watch college film from last year. So forget what I said. But I do believe that, we said that he likes to send some pressures, right? The edge pressures, the B-gap creepers, some simulated pressures. So that's why the core package, and I'm going to be playing another game tonight, I think at 8 o'clock. So that's coming up soon. So this, I have to remind myself, I gotta send that nickel. You know what I mean? Either has to be an actual blitz or it has to be a sim, right? We also have our cover 4 shells, and I didn't talk about this. Let me do it now, because this is added, I think, after the game, or maybe I had it during the game, but I just wasn't focusing on it. When I say can show, then 3. So what I'm saying to myself is that I can show 4 as the call, right? And sometimes I want to just be in cover 4, like I said, and play cover 3. There are times I'm actually going to call cover, I'm going to show 4 and then let them come up there and then walk the safety down. So what you would do is have it on show 4. And then when you get on the field, get the command to just show 3, and the safety would walk down. I think that kind of gives another layer of confusion to an offense, and they're not sure, are you just checking the cover 3, you know what I mean? Or are you showing me a different coverage, And mixing those things in with the pressures would just make people not pay attention to the nickel side and pay attention more to the weak side. And next thing you know, they get hit in the mouth. So that's kind of like an initial plan that I'm kind of working with in this scheme right now. Unique, this is kind of an NFL thing, like people talk about it all the time, and you hear a lot of coordinators talk about it. And by the way, this is a spread set. I'm not sure what the personnel is, but most of the time, if this is 10 personnel, the weak side is always going to be away from the back. So if there was 4 receivers on the field, that side is the weak side. The left side over here is the strong side. Okay, so just know that if it comes to any of the pressures. But the threat of having 4 guys come off a side is always something that even when people who want to mess with their protections, they don't really account for. So this whole blitz can really kind of screw people up if you send it to the right direction, where people are going to think, oh, there's no way that this guy's going to blitz because there's nobody capping him. There's no safety standing right over him. Usually, if you send the nickel, it comes out of a too high look. This guy rotates down, this guy goes to the middle. But this whole pressure of playing this 2 invert pressure, and again, it's just a sim. We're only sending, it's only 4 guys that are actually coming. It's going to be really good. Now, I'm not saying that I beat his protection or he even had his protection set, but we're going to have to play around with that and just see how much, Basically, it looks like blitzing away from the back could be a nice little change up for us and could be good for us. So I just wanted to just show the success of this play. You guys can probably look at it some more. If you like it, you like it. But it has to be part of what we do, okay? Even though we're probably going to play more cover 3, we're going to probably send that just as much, okay? Send that at least 3 or 4 times a game. I think that'd be good, you know what I mean? All right, let's go to the next one. This is, okay, so tricks. When you see this later on, you're going to see tricks is in here. So if you guys want to be a part of this whole thing, you know, this is a team effort, guys, right? Take a look over here. I got this Tricks was talking, and I think I actually wrote in there that he was involved in part of the process when we were putting this thing together, and he has a nice little pressure that we talked about. So basically, I didn't get the setup in. That's the one bad thing about this. But versus 2x2, all right, we're playing palms here, right? So we're good. So the good thing is if we get a 2 out, right, we get that nice little palms rotation right there. But this is a play that you want to use on what? 3rd and extra longs, 3rd and 20 something, right? So that's what we're looking at. Try to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands. So the nickel comes, and his idea, he wanted this backer to come as well, okay? And then he wanted to drop, I'm pretty sure, I think he said he wanted to drop this guy to the middle, right? Bluff blitz him and drop him to the middle. We're kind of working on it. I'm not sure if that's it, but he got it from Minter, so that's a good thing. I personally think, honestly, that maybe dropping this guy is better and making this like, because since the coverage is the same, I'm wondering if we should just always drop the end to the back, to the middle, in case they try to run some type of like, you know, something like this. You want somebody there, right? And then just bringing it, especially versus a spread look, just bring it from the opposite side of where the back is. From a coverage standpoint, I don't know. I'm kind of talking out loud right now. I'm trying to kind of put it together. But the bad thing in this game is that people quick snap you, and it's hard to do. So I only ended up just getting this guy coming, which still got the quarterback to, you know, throw the ball quickly. And he ended up not even blitzing. So he just ended up becoming a 3-hook player. So it was a regular 5-man pressure, which I think he said that, it became a 5-man pressure just done a different way. So maybe it's just that simple. You know what I mean? You don't need to bring both guys. Maybe I understand that will make some people hot when you bring both the nickel and the mic, because it usually takes 2 to make people hot. So that's why you want to do that. But just in this situation, this guy loved to throw the ball to the back anyway. So we just kind of forced the ball to be thrown to the back, and we made a tackle, right? So it's kind of a good idea. And then versus 3x1, remember the way he said it. This is Tricks' play coming from Minter, is that versus 3x1, you're going to do it out of cover 9. Okay? All right. Let's go with 3-4. Okay, so this is where I went into later in the game. He started my opponent started running the ball out of spread formations a lot, trying to spread me out to kind of find gaps in the middle. So I went to my base defense, and by accident, I didn't even realize it. I realized it after the game that we were playing 3-4 under, which actually makes, I think 3-4 under actually might be better than 3-4 odd. If I'm in 3-4 odd, I'm going to have to shift my D-line, but this is going back to what I said, where we're going to call Trey, okay? We're going to call rocker laser Trey. You don't have to use the words. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so in this case, we're just going to look at it from how I'm looking at it on the field. In real life, this would be flipped. So if there's any purists out there, please don't get on me, okay? But I'm going to call this rock Trey, okay? And I don't know if I turned off auto flip. I think I should have, if I'm not mistaken. So in this coverage, let me just take a look at this real quick. Hold on. Make sure this is correct. Okay, I don't think I did that. So, and basically, I don't even care if it's over or under. Doesn't matter. I just want I want guys in their gaps right now. So what I did was I flipped this defense and actually made it so that the coverage came down to the left. All right. You want to make it so that if there's 2 ways this defense could be run, if you run it the wrong way, it's not going to be a single high. All you have to do is get them into a single high. So instead of me getting throughout the whole explanation of it, if you ever call this defense right now and you notice that there's 2 safeties sitting back against a spread set and there's a backer walked out, your middle backers walked out, just flip the defense, okay? And what happens is the safeties rotate. The strong safety would come down and play over the top of number 2, and this guy gets in the box, all right? So if you call under cover 3 or 3 match or over 3 match, you could just flip the defense one way or the other and just make sure this is the look you get. So now we have basically what we call 8-man spacing, easy, This player right here, let me just kind of highlight him real quick. You can see who has the gaps, right? Everybody's aligned in their gap, right? This player here is kind of the conflict player, all right? He's a three seam player first, and then he'll be a cutback player late. These two linebackers are your A gap and B gap players. Okay, so we are basically in if we were like in nickel 3-3 cover 3 match or whatever, it would be similar, except we are, again, we have better run defenders on the field. Okay, we have an outside backer here, we have our sturdy guys in here. These are our pass rushing defensive tackles or whatever, right? And we got both our best inside linebackers in the 3-4 in the box. So the personnel is great there. Maybe the personnel is not great right here because you have an outside linebacker walked out potentially over a wide receiver, but you have to give something to get something. But I just feel like certain fronts in the game play faster and play the run better. Okay. And I've noticed that, like, if you call some of the odd packages, this is something that one of the guys kind of told me from the Patreon, and I kind of think he might be right. If you like to use mint or odd or tight fronts, and you like to use that, I'm going to slant my defensive line inside twice, right? To kind of get that angle, to get that little double bubble. Oops. A little double bubble that when you play odd front, you guys probably know about, where this guy has like two ways to the two-way go. Then you got your four eyes coming in like that, right? That's probably too far. Four eye coming in like this. It seems as if these backers don't, I mean, they play kind of like stack and fall back slowly anyway, but they really kind of sometimes don't play the run. Like sometimes they would just back up and play like a pass responsibility. And he explained why, and I think he's right. I won't give away all the secrets, but I feel like that's why in the past I've had success in these overs and under fronts. This is Wade Phillips stuff, right? This is the single package we used to use with Wade Phillips. If you guys remember that game plan. If you don't know it, it's sitting right now currently in the playlist. You can go to Wade Phillips defense from 2024, 24 Madden, and it's all there, okay? All the stuff I did on Patreon is sitting there for free right now if you want to learn it from last year. And I really believe that the game hasn't changed that much, all right? It really is pretty much the same. So it's all there for you. Long story short, I just feel like these guys fit the run better. So enough ado, let's just take a look at this. I just feel like I'm going to fit this A gap, obviously, because I'm a user. But the backside guy, he kind of goes over the top because the guard goes over the top. This isn't super fast, but the guard pulls, so what? We pull. I talked about that with my run fits. If you have a gap and that gap is gone, then you go, right? And you go to the next available gap. Just 8-man spacing, solo fit football. So that's something I just wanted to show you. But doing it out of the under or the over is probably best. So I'm going to use the 3-4 stock playbook in this package right now, okay? All right, let's go to the next one. All right, I'm thinking that if you get a team, like this is a situation where the game is kind of tight. He's been running the ball like hell. It's 2nd and 3. A lot of people love running these jet sweeps. So you have to know, like right now, this is 13 personnel. Okay, so there's 3 tight ends on the field. I'm thinking that I need to set my front if I'm going to go with the over and under. I'm thinking I need to set it the other way. I need to set it where there's a 3 technique. There would have been a guy here, potentially like a 5 technique, right? I would love to get a 3, 5, 7, and a 9, which would end up being this guy. But basically flipping this front so that the 3 technique side is here, so that when this stretch basically happens, we might get better angles and better leverage I can get over the top with the linebackers if the front is set the opposite way. So what I'm trying to say is basically, in the under, if you're an under team, you basically always say set the front. Is when you say set the front, you're talking about your nose tackle going to the one side or the other. But I think in an overworld, because I'm a 4-3 guy, I'm usually in 4-2-5, you get that 3 technique away from the wide receiver. That's all you got to do. Get the 3 technique away from the wide receiver, put him on the right side, and I think this might be better. So I could have just flipped this coverage, flipped the defense versus this look. And this is how you get better, guys. Like these are the things so that next time I play, that's the adjustment I need to learn, okay? You can see he goes for a touchdown, but it ends up being a holding call. But the angles are really bad on that play. I just didn't like it, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. Okay, another mistake I made here was giving up this touchdown because he wasn't throwing the ball that much. I was kind of trying to get him to force him to throw the ball somewhere maybe he didn't want to. So I called double bracket, which works in college football, but not in Madden. And I forgot, not that I forgot, but I wasn't paying attention really at the outside corners. I forgot that they're press man. If you're going to call double bracket, consider using a different shell. some type of shell where the corners are off, okay? Just so you don't give up this. This is an easy read for him. I wanted him to throw the ball into one of these things. Also, the weak side player, this is the back side of the bracket. I don't know why this guy is pressing, because he wasn't pressing when they first put it in, but now look at this corner over here. He's pressing. So I don't know what that's about. It gets him out of position to play outside leverage, and then this safety did a horrible job of actually staying inside that route. But speed cuts are hard. Give up a touchdown. Shouldn't have given up that touchdown. Should have been in a better disguise. All right. What is this? Back up and hunt. Okay. So this is going to be an example. Actually, this play right here, I'm going to save for later. Because I'll be honest with you guys, this is a great free scheme, but there's some stuff in here that I'm going to use for Madden coming up here, and I'm practicing it here. So that one's kind of exclusive. That one I'm going to hold off on and save it for the Patreon guys for later. All right. Now, this one here is aggressive. Is it broken? So my settings here, I went and looked at it after this play, is aggressive, if I'm not mistaken, against the dive, which makes him basically always have to keep the ball. So there's going to be no key to give the ball on a dive. And then I put it to that versus the pitch. It was aggressive as well, which I felt like works pretty well when I want the quarterback to run. And I don't know what happened here. So this pitch guy actually still ended up playing the quarterback. Pretty sure aggressive puts him on the pitch. If you guys don't believe me, I'll take a look at it. I kind of went and looked at it here. So I have it on aggressive. Let me see if I'm wrong, right? So aggressive, the pro is focused on the pitch option. QB's left open. That's what should have happened there, right? Let me know if you guys have seen that there's any issues with that. So I don't know how he got that play off like that. I want guys to actually have to, I think most people want to just get tackled and pitch and get lots of yards. You know what I mean? All right, we'll leave that one alone. Sideline running. Let me see. I need a plan for this. Oh boy, let's see what this is about. Okay, so this is just third down. So I need to shore up my third down package a little bit. Comebacks are really good in this game, just like curls. Both of them are good in all games right now. So, you know, I can't leave my corner on an island out there. So I'm thinking about what would be best. And I got to take a look at some stuff here. If I look at my third down and long plan, you know, Zeus again is a triple call depending on trying to stop the best wide receiver. But I can also call Zeus as a formation thing. And I'm actually considering calling it. I used to always like to play a lot of times my cover two side to a bunch or some sort of compression. You know what I mean? And let the other side just play natural. But I'm actually thinking about not doing that. I'm thinking about versus like specifically a bunch formation, letting the bunch play out because I think box is pretty good. And I think putting that double team on the backside receiver might be the best way to go. So basically what I'm saying is that versus bunch, I would call cover 6. If I got, what else could I get? Instead of calling cover 9, you know what I mean? So thinking about that. Also, just calling regular Tampa 2 is great, and I just have it right. I already have it here. Stuff would have probably been best. Again, this is cover 6 with no match. I kind of have the answers here. I have enough answers. Nothing crazy. Sending some hot pressure might also make him not be able to wait for the ball. So, yeah, we have enough. So that's what you do. You know, do I need to find some new answers or just look at my sheet? My sheet is good enough. I just have to maybe put some of those call first. And the last one here. Okay, so this is kind of another, this one is actually, I'm going to hold off on this one too. All right, so what I'm going to do here real quick is no questions today. Hope you guys enjoyed some of this stuff. I'm going to hop off and take a look at, I'm going to make 2 videos quickly for the guys on Patreon. Just some of the things that I wanted to talk about here. We're going to save that and then I'll give details on that. You guys will see me using it maybe in games, but got to save something for my guys, right? You guys support me. I appreciate it. Like I said, my channel is not monetized, so everything here is free. So you guys get to watch all the games live and all the commentary and all that stuff. But the guys over there on Patreon, I want to make sure that they get some exclusive stuff first, okay? And then it'll get out to public eventually, right? What's up, SO? The pitch key is backwards, you said? Really? So conservative would be, is it backwards because the game is broken? Is that what you're saying? Or is that the way it is? I'm reading it wrong. I'm gonna wait for your answer. I know there's a delay. So again, you guys, let me show you the book again. If you guys get a chance to copy it again, screenshot it. If you want to come over to the Patreon, you can get this whole, you can download this Excel sheet and have it, make changes to it, do whatever you want. But like I just made a change right now, so I'm going to make sure it's updated. You know, I'm going to probably just go under. I can go under an odd. That's fine. I'll leave it alone. Under 6 under there. Oh, there's backward because the game is broke. Great. Thank you. Is that the same thing with the dive key too? So like, I mean, probably not. Maybe the dive key is fine. You know, there's another video that I want to put out for you guys soon on Patreon. It's going to be about going up against the flex bone because I played one game against somebody. I had a game plan and it worked really well. And I want you guys to have it so that if you ever have to face somebody who comes out with the Air Force flex bone on your ass, you can be ready to stop it. Because I felt pretty confident, but I used aggressive. I'll say that right now. But I was playing the pitch with the safety. So maybe that's why it actually did play like you said. So yeah. Anyway, all right, I'll talk to you SO later, man. We're trying to get going. I think the dive part is fine. Okay, the dive is fine. You just said it. Perfect. All right. If you guys are on the Patreon, you guys could get a video here soon. I'm just going to basically stop this stream and start a new one. And then I'm going to talk about the last couple plays. Everybody else, appreciate your support. I'll be around, what is it? I'll be around about an hour and a half to knock out a game against another user using this system. And I haven't even talked about the offensive system. I'm still working on the Texas coast. I got to start adding in some more plays into some situations and get going. All right. Talk to you later.